Cleopatra Fortune.
Hello, and this week on Battle of the Ports we are checking out Taito's 1996 arcade hit, Cleopatra Fortune. As you've no doubt already guessed, this is a puzzle game, which is a port of a game originally distributed on Taito's home X55 Karaoke system. Just like many games of this type, there is a unique aspect to this game. There are 4 blocks in total, which are standard stone, jewels, coffins and mummies. There's also a special eraser block that eliminates all blocks of the same type that it touches. There's a few ways of eliminating blocks from the screen, with the most common being as follows. If you create an area surrounded by rocks on all sides, including areas where rocks are diagonal adjacent to each other, you can erase the jewels and coffins trapped inside. In addition, the outer wall of the field is also treated as a rock, and even if there is a blank space within the enclosure, it is still valid, so there's no need to completely fill it with falling blocks, like Tetris for example. Mummies can be erased in the same way, but they cannot be erased unless there is one jewel or coffin within the enclosed area. When erasing the surrounding area, a rock block tends to remain at the top, so the subsequent falling rock block can be used to erase the line. So as you can see, there is a bit of strategy involved in this game.
Cleopatra Fortune.
The very first port came to the Sega Saturn on February 14th, 1997. Now, you may be forgiven in thinking I'm just showing the arcade footage again, but no, this is the Saturn port. What we have here is a pretty much identical port of the arcade game. Unfortunately, the Saturn version was released in limited numbers, meaning not many people got to play it back in the day, and as you'd expect these days, it cost a small fortune. As for extras, well, this Saturn port does have a mystery mode, which is basically a poor story mode with challenges. Still, at least something extra was added.
Ready, go. Go. Ready, go. Go.
The second port was to the PlayStation, 4 years after the Saturn on May 21st, 2001. And it sucks big time. Now, the arcade game wasn't exactly pushing any boundaries with its graphics, yet this PlayStation version manages to look worse. Not only that, but just look at how shitty the frame rate is. It's a puzzle game, yet it's running at 30 frames per second. Why? Oh, and it's missing a load of animation frames. At first, I thought there was something wrong with my PlayStation. Regarding game modes, we have the arcade mode, versus mode, mystery mode, and finally a time attack mode. But you know, even with the extra modes, why play this on the PlayStation? There were many better puzzlers on the system. Plus the Saturn has the arcade perfect port.
Go!
1 month after the abysmal PlayStation port came the Dreamcast version, which hit Japanese stores on June 21st, 2001. Unfortunately, this is based upon the PlayStation version and not the arcade, which is a great shame as the presentation in this version isn't as appealing. Still, unlike the PlayStation port, this one runs smoothly and in 480p, which gives it a kind of cheap flash game look in my opinion. As with the Saturn and PlayStation versions, the mystery mode is here, along with versus mode. Time attack mode from the PlayStation also makes an appearance. Let's take a look at all those versions of Cleopatra Fortune running side by side.